What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Nate's Tech and Talk. Today I've got here with me my own Zeekr 7X. It's been a month of owning it. I've done roughly 3,000 kilometers. Today I'm going to show you what I like, what I dislike, and what I think can be improved. Let's get into it. This exact spec here is the all-wheel drive variant in forest green in the black and grey interior. I spec'd it up last night on the Zeekr Life website and it cost $82,865 drive away today if you were to buy it today. So that's including the $1,500 extra for the forest green paint and another $1,500 for the two-tone black and grey interior that we'll see inside. The all-wheel drive has two electric motors forking out 475 kilowatts and 710 newton-meters of torque, taking this car from 0 to 100 kilometers in just 3.8 seconds. Let's talk about the things I like about in the car. A big benefit for me in the 7X is what I'm doing now, sitting inside the cabin. It's such a premium and luxury feel, all the materials that you feel wherever you touch, all over the touch points in the car. I think it's second to none in this price range. The Napa leather with the two-tone, obviously my favorite, the black and gray. I just think it's nice. Everything's just got that sort of premium feel that you'd think this car would be worth, you know, 20, 40, 50% more than what it is. Even the physical buttons, the way they feel and the noise the haptic that you get back, I think it's just, yeah, it's very nice. One of the best features of the car is the 800 volt architecture, how quick we can actually charge this 7X. So 22 kilowatts AC charging is just amazing at home in your garage. If you have three-phase, of course, it's so quick. You know, you can charge your car from 20 to 80 in just a couple of hours compared to actually a lot of other cars on the market having to do 6 to 12 hours, you know, on 11 kilowatts. Yeah, 22 kilowatts, I love it for at home, and then obviously 420 kilowatts when we go to a public charger. I've only been once to a public charger because I'm doing most of my charging at home. It's free, we have solar and battery, so it just makes sense. But obviously when I'm doing a long drive and I need to come back and charge quickly, I'll use a public charger, which I have, and it was a 350 kilowatt charger, so it was an EV charger from, I think it was 27% to 80%. First probably 2 minutes, it went 320 kilowatts an hour, which was amazing. But then obviously it slowed after that to 220 and then to 180, and then sort of stayed at 180 until it hit that 80%. So it doesn't have a massive fall over, you know, the 10 to 14 minutes that you're charging for. But yeah, it sort of sticks to that 200 to 180, and then it just stays at that 180 until 80%, which is really good because, you know, we had the X and that sort of drops suddenly in how fast it charges. So the 7X is quite good where it just stays at the same rate all the way up to where you need to charge it to. We have a 100 kilowatt NMC battery in the all-wheel drive, which gives us a WLTP range of approximately 543 kilometers. But what do I actually get? I have been driving for roughly 2,800 kilometers now. My average consumption is 19.3 kilowatts per 100 kilometers. So if you sort of put that to 100 kilowatts, I'm looking at roughly 518 to 520. So 20 kilometers less than the WLTP range. I actually do a lot of freeway driving. I do almost call myself a lead foot. I like to put the pedal down here and there when I need to. So yeah, obviously depends on how you're driving, but I think that's actually, you know, it's pretty close to what to what Zeekr is advertising. So it's very good, I think, the efficiency in the 7X. We have the 13-inch driver instrument cluster, as well as the 16-inch central display. The central display is very big, I think. I'm comparing it to the X, of course, so it is a bit bigger than that. It's very nice to feel, very nice to go through the settings, open up doors, windows, anything like that. I think it's very quick and easy to use. It gives you a lot of feedback. It's, yeah, quite intuitive. So the hardware, the actual screen, I love. I think it's worked wonders. I haven't had anything wrong with it. So that's definitely a plus. And then we've also got the 36.2-inch augmented reality heads-up display. I think when you have the nav on and then you've obviously got it on adaptive cruise control, lane centering control. It really looks good when you're looking at the road and you can see it in front of you. You can just see everything at a quick glance. In the future, they can possibly add maybe a blind spot. When you're indicating, it can sort of show a camera on the right or on the left, depending on where you're indicating. I think that will hopefully come in the future because yeah, a lot of people are asking for that. There's a couple of cars that have it in the market already. So I think that would be nice to add on in the future. We have the 21 speaker Zeekr sound system. It's pretty much talk of the town in the Zeekr forums because some people like it and also some people don't like it at all. So for me, in my last month of owning the car, I think that the speakers are very good. I wouldn't call them phenomenal. We've had a Volvo in the family, which had Bowers and Wilkins sound system, and that's a beast of a sound system. The bass, and you can just feel it surround you. So and you can feel it in yourself. So the Zeekr sound system, I think it's very good. Can be better. Hopefully, maybe in the future updates of this car, they'd bring out a better sound system. But look, I'm not too fussed. I think it's pretty good. There's a whole heap of settings in there that you can change to have more bass or more instrumental. So do go on the forums if you have a 7X and look through. A couple of people have gone through the settings and adjusted it to the way they like it. So maybe you might like it that way as well. The power operated doors, or the automatic doors. Everyone talks about it. Some people think it's a gimmick. Some people like it. And then some people wouldn't buy the car because of the doors, and they'd rather go the long range. So after a month of ownership, I can say that within, I reckon, 3 or 4 days of owning it, the automatic doors, you just get used to it. You don't go and look for a handle anymore. You just press that button each time you get in and out. You've also got the buttons on inside the door that I use. The best feature, I'd have to say, is the actual, when the driver comes in and he wants to close his door, just put your foot on the brake. I think that is the best. It's just easy, quick to get into the car and go forward. Just foot on the brake, door closes, chuck it in drive, and away you go. So I love that feature. But the doors itself, I haven't had any problems whatsoever. Sometimes you hear on the forums, maybe someone's, I think it was a ute tray where the doors don't pick up the bottom. Obviously, if you have a ute and a tray and below the tray, there's nothing there. So I think the sensors are on the bottom of the door and it actually has hit the tray. So yeah, that's probably one that Zeekr might have to look at, adjusting the sensors so it can pick up a ute tray where there's nothing on the floor and the tray sort of in the middle. Myself, I haven't had any problems with the doors. They are probably on the more sensitive side. So if you have 2 cars parked, it's never hit another car before, but it's actually sort of stopped where I thought it could have gone more. But at the end of the day, if it does stop, you can always manually push it in or push it out, depending on what you need at the time. I think you'd rather it on the more sensitive side than the less sensitive and it hits the next car. But yeah, no, I'm liking these automatic doors that you get used to it very quickly. Some people have asked if there's an accident, what happens, and the power goes off or whatever. So if there's an accident, I believe, I haven't been in a situation, I haven't heard of anyone else being in a situation yet. But if there is an accident, those door handles, which we don't use them at all, but when there is an accident, those door handles apparently do come out. And then you can use those door handles in the case of an accident. That's what I've heard anyway. But yeah, obviously I haven't used it as yet. Now, if there is a power loss in the car and those door handles don't open, then there is an insert at the front of the car that you take off, and there'll be some wiring in there, and then you can wire up the car to open the doors. The panoramic sunroof, which really is most of the cabin in here, it really brings a lot of light in. Now, everyone does talk about the heat inside the inside the cabin, today is a very hot day, and I'm feeling nothing. I know I just had it closed, but before I had it sort of open for 10 minutes, and you really can't feel it much. I'm in Melbourne, so we haven't, our summer is almost winter sometimes. It just depends on the day. So we haven't had much hot weather yet. So I can probably tell you in a couple months whether it does get hot in here with the blind open, but last month of ownership, haven't had any problems. Love it. Brings a lot of light in, and it feels a lot better in here when it's open. So there is a setting for the blind where if you get out of the car and lock it and you have it open, it will close automatically when the car locks. I actually have that on. For now I have it on, but whether or not I change it is another thing. Some people like to leave it open all the time, even when they lock and get out of the car, which is fine. But yeah, for now I have that setting on. Just going back to the interior inside the cabin, I love the dual side opening glove box. There's a lot of room in here to store anything that you need, any goodies, wallets, keys, etc. that can go in there. The holders here, drink holders, sorry, very nice, very easy to use by the touch of a button. Those can open to hold your drinks, and you've also got a little bit of extra space that you can add even a wallet there as well. So yeah, and then obviously you can close that. So very nice looking. It's very easy, ergonomic. I think I haven't seen a better looking, better user-friendly console than the one in the 7X. Definitely better than the Zeekr X, that's for sure. Under the plush Napa leather in the front seats, we have the 14-way power and massage function with heated and cooling as well. Massage, very useful. I know whenever my mum comes in the car, she'll go straight to the center console. She'll put on the massage for the most of the drive. So she loves it. I also put it on only for long drives, I think, but obviously not as powerful as a designated massage chair, but yeah, still very good. A nice feature to have in the car, and also a talking point as well when family and friends come into the car. The car is perfect, and a lot of things are subjective. So some people might like a feature and others might not. They might think it's just a gimmick. Other 7X owners, they will probably disagree with things I have to say or agree. If you disagree or agree, let me know in the comments below. But let's get into some of the drawbacks of the 7X. We have the dual 50-watt ventilated charging pads to charge your phone wireless. In the last month, I've been using it, and it's a bit of a drawback, this charging pad, because look, I've got iPhone. It might be different for Android users, but what I've noticed is that it keeps your phone's battery at its current level, but it doesn't increase your phone's battery, so which is a bit strange. I'm not sure if all cars' charging pads are like that, but yeah. Basically, it's just keeping your battery at the same level. What I do is I get a USB-C cable, plug it into the fast charging down there, and then obviously have the phone sitting there connected, wired, and that's much quicker and increases my battery tenfold. Now, I actually use my phone as the key to my car. I don't actually own a set of keys. It's just all on my phone. So yeah, I use my phone to do any of the outside features, such as if I wanted to open a door from the outside, if I wanted to open the boot, I would use my phone. And touch wood, it's been great the first month of ownership. The phone connecting to the car, connecting to the app, connecting to Apple CarPlay. I've had no problems whatsoever. I have seen on the forums that people have had problems connecting their phone to the app or to the car. It's not reading that they've got their phone, and so it's not bringing up their settings automatically. A lot of it has been actually Android users, so I'm not sure if Zeekr is having problems with Android phones at the moment. I think there was an update for the Android users about a week ago, but yeah, for me, for iPhone, I have the widget on the front of my phone, and it just automatically connects, and I haven't had any problem with it. But I don't use auto unlock for when I walk up to the 7X. So a lot of people actually put on auto lock, so when they have their phone with them, it will obviously auto unlock as soon as you walk up to the car, and then you've also got auto lock, which when you walk out of the car and keep walking away, it will lock the car. I don't put on auto unlock. In saying that, it's still open sometimes when I walk up to the car for whatever reason. So I've tried in the settings to switch it on again and then switch it back off, but still sometimes when I walk up to the car, it will automatically unlock for whatever reason. I have the auto unlock switched off because my car is obviously in the garage, and if I'm using my phone as the key and I walk past, you know, the garage door internally to the house, it might think that I'm walking up to the car and unlock, which I have, which it does that for our X sometimes as well. So that's why I wanted to switch off the auto unlock, but I have the unlock switched off and sometimes it still does unlock for whatever reason. I did say before I like these seats, and I definitely do. I think they're comfortable and they look nice. If I had to say a drawback on the seats, I actually think they're a bit on the softer side. So I wish they were a little bit more firmer, particularly around the thighs and the lower back area. Yeah, when you're using that 3.8 seconds acceleration going around a corner, I feel like I wish it just hugged me a little bit more, keep me protected within the seat so I don't feel like I'm going a little bit left to right. So yeah, if I had to do a drawback, I think I'd need the seats to be a little bit more firmer. It's widely known within the Zeekr 7X community, automatic parking in the 7X. I actually don't use it at all. I tried it like for the first time last week because I've obviously tried it in the X before. I know it's not the best, but I wanted to try it in the 7X to give you guys an honest review purely on the 7X. So last week I tried it. It was an empty car parks everywhere. And actually using the auto park, just via a button and then you press where you want to park, that's easy. But once you press where you want to park, it took me literally a whole minute to park the car where there was absolutely no other cars either side of this car park. It took me a minute, which if you had people behind you, it's too slow. And I think it's too sensitive. So there was points there where it could have reversed in. There's no cars either side of this car park, so it could have reversed in, but it doesn't want to. It wants to go back out and come back in. So I think definitely in the future with software updates, that automatic parking needs to be fixed heavily. The 7X does have Sentry mode, which is essentially a security camera for when you leave the car and lock it. It'll take a recording when there's people coming to and from the car, or when it detects motion. It will store it, so when you get back to the car, it will say high risk event or no risk events. It is very scary when you come back and there's a high risk event. I'm hoping that's not someone scratching the car or something like that. So, but yeah, works really well. This 7X doesn't have any inbuilt dash cam. I think it has the hardware there ready for it with all the external cameras, so I think it's just a plug on for the software. So Zeekr, if you're watching this and future OTA updates, I think yeah, being able to have an inbuilt dash cam within the 7X would be awesome. Just on OTA updates, the car's been out on the market for I think 5 to 6 weeks now. We actually had our first OTA about 1 to 2 weeks ago. So 1 month after the car came out, it had its first OTA, which was purely on TSI or traffic sign information. And so that would show the speed limit in the instrument cluster and in the heads up display. So I updated that as soon as it came out. It took only 6 minutes, and after that 6 minutes, absolutely nothing happened. And everyone else on the forums were in the same boat. It did work for those who actually picked up their car from the dealer, or for whatever reason their car was at the dealer, and so they actually got a wired update. And that worked for them. They can see the speed limits. So yeah, very first OTA, it didn't work for anyone over the air. Hopefully, yeah, that's just a once-off and it gets fixed in the future. But slightly surprised that they brought out an update so quickly, only a month after launch, which is great. But yeah, hoping that they can work in the future the first time and you actually don't have to go to your dealer, because it's, yeah, pretty inconvenient for myself and probably others who live a little further away from the dealer. Just want to show you guys the various driving settings available in the 7X. So due to the air suspension, you can adjust the height and dampening modes depending on how you like it. So for the first couple of weeks, these were my settings where I was just getting used to the car. I had it on high suspension and comfort mode. And yeah, I was just getting used to it, playing it around with the car, not obviously, you know, going into sport mode and putting the foot down. These were my settings: comfort accelerations, comfort steering, high suspension, and comfort dampening. After a couple of weeks, I got used to the car. I wanted to see what it can do in sport mode, get a little bit of a lower suspension. So I went acceleration sport, steering mode sport, low suspension, and sport dampening. And this is actually what I've been using for the last couple of weeks, and I love it. So these are my settings here. I'd recommend going through your settings, adjusting it to the way you like. I have got a couple messages from people who have been on test drives and they've said, oh, does it feel a bit boatish? I think if you're on a test drive, go through the various settings, change it, see what you like, see what you don't like, and then go from there. But it's good that it is able to accommodate for different driving needs. The big question is, would I buy the car again today, a month later after owning it? And my answer would be 100% yes. Not a perfect car, as I said, it's got a couple of drawbacks, but I think overall in this price range of roughly 80K, I think it's second to none. I really do. I think the features involved within this car, the premium feel that you get, obviously that acceleration, the air suspension, the automatic doors, it just comes together as a nice package, all for roughly 80 grand. Yeah, there's nothing else in this price segment that I would buy. So yeah, I've recommended to 5 to 10 family and friends the 7X, and colleagues as well, to go test drive the 7X if you can find a spot at the dealerships. I know they're very busy, but yeah, I'd also recommend anyone that's looking for a car, go test drive the 7X, even if it's a long range or an all-wheel drive. And I will say, this car, if you're a first EV driver, this would be perfect for you because it's just easy. It's a nice segue into EV cars. I feel like if you were to hop straight into a Tesla, you'd be like, whoa. So if that's you, I'd highly recommend getting in one, test driving it, and seeing how you go. I'm gonna leave the video there. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with what I've said today. Hopefully I've helped out some people who are potentially looking at a 7X. Nothing's better than actually driving the car for yourself. I know you've got all these reviews on YouTube, but I'd say go to the dealership and yeah, get a test drive in. But yeah, that's it from me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in future videos. Thanks guys.